All right. Well, thank you for being here today. So today we're gonna start with some journaling after we do our normal breathing. So we're gonna start with deep breaths in to ground ourselves. Just gonna let's do 5 to 10 deep breaths at your own pace. So breathing in through the nose, filling up the belly, then the chest, holding when it's full, letting go, pausing on the empty, and repeating. So just doing about 5 to 10 breaths on your own. Just allow yourself to slow down. So breathing in through the nose. And whenever you feel ready, you can either continue breathing or go into the journaling and just write down whatever comes to your mind. And then when you're done with the brain dump, just write down 3 things that you're grateful for right now. I always like to write the date of when I am writing the entry. I just find that that's helpful when I'm looking back. So, Jules, right now we're just breathing in, taking some deep breaths to ground ourselves, and doing some journaling, doing a brain dump. And then when you're done with the brain dump, we're just going to write down 3 things we're grateful for. So as I was speaking to one of my mentors about a week ago, he asked me if I'd celebrated my own success lately. And my answer was no, I had not. And he asked me why. And I said, because I was focused on the next goal. And he reminded me that if we take the time to be grateful for what we already have and have accomplished, that the universe will send us more things to be grateful for. So he told me to stop working for the next couple hours, take a break, and celebrate how far you've come. Celebrate all the greatness you've already done, all the great things that are already in your life. It's so easy to get caught up in always looking for more, trying to chase the next objective. The carrot's always in front of our head, trying to get the next carrot, trying to get the next goal. So what I find with the journaling and the gratitude is that it reminds me, wow, I've already done some really cool things. I have a lot to be grateful for right now. I don't need to be chasing something else. I can be happy right where I am now. So I invite you all to use this practice whenever you find yourself kind of on that hamster wheel of trying to go, 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 do, do, do. So yeah, this is one of my favorite practices. And when you're done writing, we'll come back to a seated position. Get comfortable. Try to have your back straight if you can, so your lungs can fully expand. Then either close the eyes or soften the gaze. Tune into the breath. Just slow down. Relaxing all the muscles in the shoulders, the neck, the head, the face, the arms, the back. All these areas that we hold tight as we're caught in our sympathetic nervous system, that go, 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 that fight or flight mode. Allow yourself to drift into that parasympathetic rest and digest relaxation zone. Just try to relax all the muscles in the body. Again, tuning into the breath. Just allowing yourself, give yourself permission to slow down. So as we're sitting here, our objective is not to suppress our thoughts. It's not to label our thoughts or judge our thoughts. Our objective here is to sit as a passive observer, just focusing on breathing and watching our thoughts pass, just like we're watching the clouds. Not trying to change them, not trying to say those are good or bad, not saying we shouldn't think about that or we should think about something else. Just sit back, breathe, and just observe. Yeah, without judgment, just be aware. Are you thinking about the future? Are you thinking about the past? Maybe you have a very still, clear mind. Just notice the nature of these thoughts. If you find yourself diving into the thoughts or getting caught up in them, just return to the breath. Breathing in fully through the nose, filling up the belly, then the chest. Holding on a full breath, letting go, and pausing on the empty. Now, while you're here, I want to invite you to ask yourself, who do I want to be today? How do I want to show up to the world? Maybe you want to be someone who smiles at every stranger they see. Maybe you want to be the person who expresses gratitude to anyone they're communicating with. Now ask yourself, what do you want to accomplish today? What goals, what tasks do you have that are most important? Not the things you think you should do, but what do you want to do? What goals or tasks do you want to do? Now that you have these ideas of who you want to be and what you want to do for today, who do you want to be and what do you want to do a year from now? Start to visualize the life that you want, the person that you want to be. What does that life look like? Who are you with? Where are you? Are you in the same place you are now? Are you somewhere different? What's the climate like? Start to visualize all these little details. What are you doing on a daily basis? Maybe you're doing the same thing. Maybe you're doing something similar with a little difference. Do you live on the ocean? Do you live in the mountains? What value are you giving to the world? How are you helping people? How are you helping yourself? And this may be tough. This may be something that we haven't thought about too much. But the more clear that we can become with our vision, the easier it is for us to get there. And if you're noticing limiting beliefs coming up, saying you're not good enough, saying that a year isn't enough time, whatever the excuse is, just recognize that for what it is. It's a limiting belief that we can change. Reminding ourselves we are good enough, we can accomplish that goal. We can truly create any life that we desire. No matter what other people have told us in the past that we can or cannot do, whatever we've told ourselves that we can or cannot do, we have a choice as to how we utilize these thoughts and whether we accept them or not. So as these limiting beliefs come up, recognize them. Just say no, thank you. So you can continue with this breathing, with this visualization, or if you feel ready, I invite you to write down that life that you just visualized. So either stay where you are, continuing to visualize, or take a moment to write down, what does that life look like? So when you're done writing, you can either continue writing for a few more moments, or just return to that breath we started with. Maybe you start to deepen the breath. Really filling up the belly fully and exhaling fully. Notice how that feels. Notice any sensations you may feel in the head, the forehead, around the eyes, maybe in the nose or throat. it's probably going to feel a little uncomfortable. So I invite you to push through that. Push that comfort zone. Maybe feel a little tingly or lightheaded. That's okay. We're filling our bodies with fresh oxygen and replacing the carbon dioxide. Notice any sensations or emotions that rise up, and just notice. No judgment, no labeling. So we're going to do 10 more of these. I'm going to hold on the exhale. Five more. Last one in. Let go and hold. Just notice what it feels like to be empty. Notice what it feels like in the head and the face, maybe in the hands, the feet. Notice that your body's probably telling you that it needs to breathe. Just recognizing that we just fueled our body with so much oxygen. And then in about 10 seconds, we'll take a full deep breath in and hold on the full. So 4, 3, 2, 1. Full breath in. And hold that full breath. Again, notice the difference of holding on a full breath versus an empty breath. And then we're going to let go in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, letting out. Now we're just going to take 5 deep breaths, and on the exhale, we're going to let out a nice sigh. So breathing in. Breathing in. Breathing in. 2 more. Breathing in. And last one, and full exhale on this one. Breathing in. So, in this place, just take a moment to reflect. How do you feel? How do you feel differently from when we first started? Just remind yourself, anytime you're feeling stressed, anxious, angry, sad, anything, you can come back to this place of stillness, of silence, of breathing. Just tune in, check in, reflect, envision, whatever your goal is. Give yourself the time, give yourself the space. And utilize this practice anytime before you give a presentation, have a tough conversation. Ground yourself, set an intention, breathe, release that stress, release the tension, and just find that peace. So thank you for being here today. Appreciate you all being here. Have a beautiful day. Spread your love, spread your light, and I'll talk to you soon.